What is up, folks at home? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to go over our top 5 baits for the month of May. It is time to dive on in. We got a bunch of underwater and we got some cool baits. Let's go. Nice one. Oh, look at this one, boys. So May is 3 phases for me. One, you have the very end of the pre-spawn, then you have the spawn, and then you have the post-spawn. So you have 3 different phases of fish that you are looking for. At least up north here, we're gonna hit all 3 of those phases this month. So let's dive on into kind of how I break down those phases and what I'm looking for with those fish. First phase that I'm really looking forward to is the tail end of that pre-spawn period. Now, in the tail end of the pre-spawn, there's one bait that is superior on checking those areas, and it is the Rattle Trap. And red in the 50-degree water range is magical. Now, this bite will begin tapering off in early May. To mid-May, this bite will probably be gone, but while it's there, it cannot be beat. I love a Rattle Trap. I love any color red. I love a handing M1 trap. There's lots of stuff that can be caught throwing a Rattle Trap on those transition areas. But that's kind of the last dying pre-spawn bite that you're gonna get in May, because we're quickly moving into a shallow sight fishing, visually oriented pattern. But if you got off-colored water and the water's a little bit cooler, throw that Rattle Trap around transition areas. You will not be upset at all. Bait number 2, and probably my favorite bait of all of these baits to throw this time of the year, is the Fluke style Rattle Worm Zoom Super Fluke bait. If you watched my video a couple weeks ago, you saw me absolutely hammer fish on this Rattle Worm nose hooked with a number 2 Nico hook. And what this is it is a super dialed back, super subtle, super rig Fluke rigging system. When I nose hook a Fluke, it allows me to really fish a lighter bait, to fish a bait that is super reactive. But what I'm looking for here are visually seeing fish, casting to them, twitching it in their face, and getting a reaction strike. These are for sunning bass, for fish up shallow, for fish that aren't going to chase something down to the bottom. A lot of times in May, they're single-minded. They want to spawn and they want to get out. This is also an excellent bait to throw at fry garters. Those bass are up there shallow watching those fry that just hatch. Throw that nose-hooked Fluke up there, that nose-hooked Rattle Worm, and they will literally light it up. You can catch all kinds of fish. I really like it in this white ice color here because it looks just like a bait fish. And good thing Rattle Worm has so many colors. My other favorite is this green pumpkin party color, and I really enjoy this bait because 1, it's that transparent green, but 2, it kind of looks like those bluegill, and bluegill are on the menu this time of year. And when you get a nice clear bait like that with that greenish, reddish tint to it, they absolutely come unglued on that bait. And we're nose hooking it with a number 2 Nico hook and literally twitching it like a super Fluke, and you will be surprised at how many bites you will get doing that. So that's bait number 2. Bait number 3 is going to be an ebb and flow upgrade jig head, 1/8 ounce, and a Z-Man Hella Craw cut down. And what I want are these really active claws on the Hella Craw, and I want to use the Z-Man product here because I'm throwing this up around sunfish and up around beds. I want to maximize my time on the water, not having to put a bunch of new craws on because the legs get ripped off by bluegill. Bluegills are going to invade the shallows this time of year. Also, crawfish are going to begin to hatch. This is a slow falling bait. It looks really good underwater. It stands up just like a Ned rig, but it's just different enough to cause a stir and commotion down there. 2, it's really going to be durable for you. This bait, literally, when you rig it, is not coming off. I caught a whole bunch of fish the other day in the pond with this bait. It is a very good pattern to visually sight fish cruising bass. When they will eat something on the bottom, there's nothing better than throwing a craw pattern at them this time of year. Colors, I like the red and black flake with gold in it because the crawfish are coming out. They're starting to molt and starting to reproduce, and that looks just like a crawfish, and it will stay on there forever. That upgrade jig head has it locked down, and that Z-Man stuff is super tough. Now, if you watch the channel at all, you know that I am a complete sucker for the Mega Bass Dark Sleeper. This bait has caught me more fish than probably any other bait, maybe besides a spinner bait, ever. And I have total and complete confidence in this bait. This is my favorite bait to throw around the spawn because I'm not looking to fish for bedfish, one fish for 4 hours. I'm looking to go in there, catch that fish if I need to, and move on. There is no bait that is better at doing that than the Dark Sleeper. The Dark Sleeper on beds is an absolute killer. And the Dark Sleeper looks as good as it does because it looks just like a fish and it's made to sink fast and get there. If I'm also cruising between places, especially when I'm in clear water, this is a bait that you can throw around and then you can pitch back onto those beds, leave it there, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Those bass will pick it up because they are angry, and boom, you've got a fish. I've caught more fish on beds with the Dark Sleeper than I would care to venture to guess. I also have caught so many fish on this around docks and shallow cover that it has literally been my go-to bait for probably about the past 2.5 years. This bait has been in heavy, heavy, heavy rotation, right? So both of these bottom contact baits, the upgrade jig head with the Hella Craw and the Dark Sleeper, are heavy rotation, shallow visual sight fishing baits that do a great job. Now, moving into these next two, we're going to talk about the Zoom Trickworm here in Green Pumpkin, Red and Black Flake. Green Pumpkin, Red and Black Flake because it is a literal bluegill colored worm. It is a bait fish colored worm that just gets bit this time of the year. Now, I'm going to throw this on a drop shot. I'm going to throw this Nico rigged. I'm going to throw this weightless. I'm going to throw this wacky rigged. I'm going to throw this on a stupid jig. I'm going to throw it on the hover rig. The Zoom Trickworm this time of year is second to none when you get a worm bite. This bait will absolutely positively slay fish. Not even joking, I caught one that was close to my PB last year on a Zoom Trickworm, Carolina rigged, right? And this bait, just for whatever reason, it's unassuming. Bass love it. It's going to generate bites wherever you go. And slam boom, this bait will get you bit when nothing else will. Really love the Zoom Trickworm this time of year into that post-spawn summer. There is not a better bait to be throwing than the Zoom Trickworm in all of its sizes and colors. You can never go wrong throwing a Trickworm. I love it Nico rigged. I love it on the hover rig. I love it on the jig head. There's a lot of different things you can do with the Trickworm. Throw it, you won't be mad. Last of the soft baits, but certainly not least, is the 4-inch Cinco Stickworm variety. I'm going to throw this bait literally wacky hooked on a upgrade hover hook. And I love the upgrade hover hook because it's got that nice bend on it, but you've got that weight in the middle of the shaft right there. You run that worm halfway through up to it, and literally it's going to keep that worm off the bottom. And when we have a worm rigged up wacky on this hover hook right there, it's going to fall, and it's going to give it a slightly faster fall and a slightly different action. A lot of guys fish wacky rigs this time of year around bass. A sight fishing bass with wacky worms is a good way to get bit. This with a hover hook is just another way to get bit and to really, really, really make a difference in what you're throwing on the water. All right, moving from that spawning phase where we're throwing, that Hella Craw, that Dark Sleeper, that Nico rigged worm, that wacky rigged hover rigged worm. Now we're moving into that pre-summer post-spawn bite. They're not all the way in their summer pattern, but they're not technically out of their spawning pattern yet, is a topwater walking bait. And in bone or in clear is what I'm going to go with. And literally any kind of walking bait, a shower blows, a splash, a pop, a cane walker. Here's this Guggen Baits walking bait. Literally anything in bone, anything walking is going to get annihilated post-spawn. I like to throw baits with feathered treble on the back. I'm going to do a whole breakdown of walking baits here coming up, so I don't want to give away too much. But when the fish come off the beds, the big ones will eat topwater, and they will eat it in a hurry around shallow cover. They will eat it in a hurry around staging areas because they move back out in those staging areas. A topwater walking bait is not going to let you down. The thing I love about topwater walking baits nice loud rattle, bone color, or clear transparent this time of year is going to get you bit, because the next thing that we want to piggyback onto is the shad spawn. If you've been on southern lakes, if you've been on midwestern lakes, there is a shad spawn in the morning up around hard cover. This bait will absolutely positively get you bit. I'm going to slow walk it. Nice big lazy walk pattern, right? And this bait will not let you down. I've caught a lot of nice fish on a walking bait in that immediate post spawn period. Just an excellent way to get bit. Guys, we're throwing everything on handing rods and reels, and the cool thing about handing rods and reels is they are all top quality. The M1 series is fantastic. They are carbon fiber, and they have all different rods, reels, line, and action. They have Fiji guides on them. The reels are amazing. I've been throwing this for about 3 weeks now. Literally love it. It's super light. This thing weighs next to nothing in my hands, and the best thing about it, you can get them on sale right now for half off, and that is a super deal for all of these rods and reels. These are literally high quality made products that we believe in. Guys, if you like everything that's happening on the channel right now, give us a like, subscribe, let us know in the comment section what you want to see with us in the future. And as always, if you find a bait maker out there that you want us to feature on the channel, let us know and we will get it done. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for hanging out.